Hello lads and lasses and all those on Minecraft. Mobkin78 coming at you with a quick update video. I'm not quite sure what this hooded bit is, but it's happening. Accept it. Anyway, hope everyone's been great. The past month has been kind of nice. I had a pretty chill week, transferring my life from school to not school anymore. You know, 1.14 just came out, 1.14.2 is just coming out, and I wanted to just update everyone on where plans are at right now, with not just Towny, but even more. Really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and look at the Spigot bug tracker. Pretty much, Spigot is still in development builds, but one of the big issues, which was performance, i.e. lots of lag and just bad trunk rendering and stuff on the dev builds, is no longer an issue, so I assume it's been more or less fixed / patched. 1.14.2 is out or something like that, so I'm still more or less waiting on Spigot. But Towny isn't actually done, and I want to apologize to everyone, especially the alpha testing group, that hasn't been out yet. Theoretically, it could have been done several months ago within a short time frame, but college, of course, wasn't a thing. And at this point, it could have been done a while ago again. But I used 1.14 as an excuse to just not do anything, which is not okay. And yeah, I hope to have it finished in the next few days, and have it, you know, constantly alpha tested on the test server. This is so weird. Why am I doing this? And just, yeah, see how it goes. And then, you know, wait until 1.14 is stable before we update the world and stuff. And so, you know, let's just say for sake of example, 1.14 still isn't out, but Towny is done. Then we move on to some other things, and I'll get to those in just a second, but I am gone, unavailable. I'm available to talk and check the Discord probably once a day, once every other day, but more or less I will be gone starting like June 17th or like July 18th or something, and then again in early August. But I'm really hoping we can update the server in that time. Otherwise, when Towny is done, I can just say, hey Zaf, or hey person who will be around, here's the Towny plugin, please install this when 1.14 comes out and it's stable. Okay, so let's say, you know, this is just plans that I've been thinking of for the past few days, all that jazz. So, things we would work on in the meantime. The parkour world really needs an overhaul. Not necessarily in the maps or in the spawn, but in how often it's used, which is very little / almost none. And through this, we would change it into a parkour / puzzle world, in which a new puzzle minigame can and might come out. And the great thing about this is that it would be out for 1.13, and then we would just update it for 1.14, and fortunately, the changes aren't too bad from 1.13 to 1.14, so updating the plugin to a working version for 1.14 could easily be done. The only reason why we can't do it with Towny is because we want to regenerate the world for 1.14, so that people don't lose, you know, or can get the world functions of 1.14, albeit little. So yeah, the parkour world would essentially turn into a parkour puzzle world. Now that's a pretty open-ended plan at the moment, obviously. We would have that, you know, that puzzle plugin, an actually devoted parkour plugin. So a while ago, I think probably 1.11, probably 1.12, honestly, I made a plugin where you could race parkour in each map. You'd hit a pressure play at the beginning, you'd hit one at the end, and you would get a time. The top 3 times would be shown, but I would want to flush that out so there could be maps with checkpoints, like proper checkpoints. We would have actual systems for preventing flying or allowing, you know, maps to do fun things. For example, for all parkour map makers, put a gold block at this point to make a person levitate up this much, or some cool features that could make maps more unique than just classic parkour. So a plugin to do those kinds of things, and obviously I'd have to brainstorm that, but again, I just need to finish Towny. No excuses for that. Skylands Survival World, do not mistake this for Skyblock, but Skylands Survival World, I was playing modded with a few friends a while ago. There was a world generation for like a Skylands world, and I remember Oincraft had one of those several years ago. And I don't know, maybe that would be a kind of cool alternate version. We would maybe have like Towny again. Although I don't have support for multiple Towny worlds, do I? But anyway, yeah, we could do some sort of survival thing there on like Skylands world, and that would be fun. If you fall, you just fall back down from the top. Just throwing that idea out there. Factions, that's already kind of being like after Towny, I guess, because the new world thing is the same old factions. We've sort of planned out kits and stuff, so that's no coding involved, no me procrastinating involved. That is just straight, pretty much already ready to release. And by ready to release, I mean a few days to a few weeks, not 7 months. This is far too weird. I am the hooded one of the darkness. The strangest update I think I've ever done. Now, recently, I'm sorry, I should be further away from the microphone. I'll DP this, so it should be fine. Definitely don't check out the general issues board on Trello. I'm surprised no one noticed that yet. Actually, I'm not surprised. Nobody checks it. Anyway, lastly, a really kind of big thing would be an Minecraft event server. And just before I get to that, I do want to say, in case you didn't see, I rewrote some of the permissions. Donation ranks are going to be rewritten as well. Devoted and trusted are going to have actual requirements. Build and resident rank requirements might change. All in all, permissions will get a little bit of a bump and or update beyond the cleanup they've already received. When we put together... Oh, this is coming unplugged, is it? No, we're good. Yeah, that's very strange. Okay. Event server, we put together some community events, and that would be, particularly I was thinking we could run like an Minecraft UHC or something, like one of those came out on YouTube, the Cube or whatever, and I was like, whoa, that's a throwback! And it was like all these big Minecraft YouTubers. And I was like, that would be like a fun thing to do. Incredibly difficult to coordinate, because we have a small community, time zones are all over the place. Yeah, that would be tough. But you know, maybe it would be a fun thing, because like Towny, I could record that. But then that got me thinking, like if we had an Minecraft event server, we couldn't necessarily do a world, but make an Minecraft event server where we host different community events, whether that be multiplayer, whatever. UHC would be an example, an Minecraft Hunger Games or whatever. Technically, we could use any plugins out there. I think a UHC plugin would be cool to make, but again, of course, you know I will be finishing Towny before I move on to any other big projects. That tends to be my issue. I reach a plateau point with things and then, yeah. But anyway, that is it for the update. That is all my things, right? Towny, Parkour Puzzle, Skyland Survival, UHC event server, and Towny. Essentially, I'm trying to avoid the limbo that we experienced from 1.12 to 1.13, which might be unavoidable. So, with that being said, thanks for watching this update or listening to this update video. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me. You could also ask questions to Zaf and soon to be some other very important person whom I shall not name before I talk to them, because that would be awkward as heck. Yeah, cool. Have a good one. I hope you're excited for the things to come. I'm gonna really try to keep you guys in the loop and come up with more concrete plans for our projects, so that you know you can actually anticipate things and it's not just me being like, hey, check this thing out. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. I'm rambling, because I do actually intend to do that specifically on purpose or something. So, without more rambling, thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Don't forget to stay awesome and keep on oinking at play.redstoneminecraft.com.